Hello everybody, this is Daniel Lopez, the Blind Samurai, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Honshu boshin wakizashi. It's the sword I used for the Thanksgiving cutting video. And let me see where it's right. Here it is. And I'm going to tell you what I like and don't like about it. Well, this is my favorite wakizashi that I have. So that says a lot. I have 4 of them. And out of the 4 of them, this is the one that I like the most. It's pretty heavy for a wakizashi. It weighs around like a, I don't know the exact weight, but it weighs like a katana, or a little bit heavier than a katana. It is the heaviest of the 4 I have. And what I like about this is it has a flat handle. It's made out of TPR, which is a thermal plastic rubber material. So it feels like a hard plastic and kind of rubbery in the same time. It doesn't feel like as flexible, but it feels like really hard plastic with a little bit of rubber. I know that this material, when it's melted, it's a liquid form, and then when it gets hard, it feels like plastic, hard plastic. It's flat. It's not round like the regular katana handles or wakizashis or sword handles. And another thing this has different, it has like a ninja sleek or style, ninja sword style, like a modern ninja sword style, which that means like the handguard, instead of being a circle or a square, it's just like a lip. It's kind of like the tip of the thumb on the blade side. So like when you do a thrust, your hands doesn't slip onto the blade and you cut yourself. That's made out of like stainless steel. And then the pommel right here is also made out of stainless steel. And what's cool about the pommel, it's like a little hook. If you could see it. If you can't see, well, it's like a hook. It's like a hook. And then it has like a little corner on the bottom. So if you hit something with this, it's gonna cause a lot of damage. It's like kind of like a giant glass breaker. On the handle here, the mikugi pins, or the pins that hold the handle onto the full tang, onto the sword. These are metal. I don't remember what they are, if they're aluminum or stainless steel, but it's pretty cool. The scabbard here, it's wood, but it feels plasticky, and it has like a plasticky sound. It came with a sagale cord, or sagio. I don't know if it's an E or an I, how it's spelled. It's kind of cheap. Feels like a shoestring. Let me see what else about this. Oh yeah, this had a issue. The scabbard. These came with the issue because I have actually the set. This is the wakizashi, and let me show you that. I also have the katana right here, so you could compare the size. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, here you go. Another thing I kind of didn't like, it's that the handle length. You know, it's kind of, well, that's different because that's the katana, but they both have the same handle length and the same style of handle. Oh, and another thing, from the wakizashi, I took away let me put it down. I took off this part, which is leather. It's like leather wrapped on the scabbard. And the reason I took that off is because right here with the ring that holds the cord, when you put it in your belt, I don't know if you could see, but when you put it in your belt, it's kind of like even because it pops out a lot, so it might slide off the belt, like downward. It might fall. That's why I took it off, for more practical use, so it doesn't have that leather here, and it'll fit perfect in the belt because this ring pops out more without the leather part. They are both made out of 1060 high carbon steel. Let me see if there was anything else. Oh yeah, the handle, it has a little hole right here on the pommel, so you could put like a lanyard. I mean, like a cord or something, or tie this cord, the Sigillo cord, onto your hand or wrist. So in case it falls off or you want to throw it, I know it seems weird like throwing a sword, but yeah, these could be thrown as well. And oh yeah, and another thing, when you open these up, since it doesn't have or unlock the sword from the scabbard, since it only has the little lip on the blade side and it doesn't have a round handguard, you can't put your thumb like in the 1 o'clock position to open it, or 11 o'clock if some of you want to open it from that side. You have to do it from the 12 o'clock position right here from the blade. And if you do it too close to the bottom and you pull out the sword, you're gonna cut your thumb. So what you have to do is you have to push from a higher position. Oh, I locked it a little bit too tight. Higher position. Oh yeah, before I open it, I don't remember if I mentioned it or I keep forgetting, but it has a little plastic part right here on the koiguchi, or the mouth, the fish mouth of the sword where you insert the blade. And what I noticed with this sword and the katana, it's just a little piece of plastic, but it would rattle a lot or just come off. Like, so when I would draw the sword, it would fall to the floor. Or when I was gonna put away the sword, it would fall down. So what I did with this one, I glued it with tacky glue. Okay, yeah, I glued it with tacky glue and it stayed there, but now it feels like it came loose again. Because at first when I glued it on there, it felt like it stayed. At first it felt loose, then it felt like it stayed on there. But right now that I pulled out the sword, it felt loose again. So, okay, I'm gonna open it up. Here you go. So you can see. Look, this thing is already coming off. Oh, I'm just not gonna mess with it. Okay. So this sword, the wakizashi, it has a bohi right here, a fuller, which is made to make the swords lighter. It has really good balance. You feel the balance, like it's kind of, I would say it's kind of more like handle heavy, but it feels well balanced. It feels really light. It is a heavier sword, but since it's well balanced, it feels really light and nice. This does not have a Hammond line because it wasn't hardly tempered, differential tempered, or not clay tempered. The sharpness, I know you're not supposed to be playing with the sharpness, but it kind of feels, it does feel sharp. You saw it cut the bottle, or heard it cut the bottle in the Thanksgiving cutting video. And let me see. But when I tried cutting paper with it, it doesn't cut paper. But it is sharp though. You saw how it cut that water bottle, and it could cut tatami mat as well. So yeah, it's my favorite wakizashi that I have. Is the sword I use the most out of all those swords. I like to mess with it. It's really cool and fun. Let me see what else. The length of it, I think it's 31 inches long in total. I don't remember. I'll have to look it up and then, or have someone help me out with that later, and I'll put it on my comments or description when I finish this video. Okay, let me see. Yeah, so right now this thing was it's coming off again. Oh yeah, and another thing that's pretty cool, the back end right here, the spine, it's a little bit curved, which is cool. It's something I like. Some of them are more curved or cut like more squared, like kind of like an octagon shape. I'm trying to remember if I was going to mention something else, which I cannot remember at the moment. Let me see. So it's my favorite sword of them all. If you want to know about the other sword, they're basically the same thing. But I'll make another video some other time. Well, thank you all for watching. Bye.
Pause.